Hi everyone, welcome back to Online Darts. Here we are in the build-up to 2021 Q-School. We have got Jared Cole with us. Jared, thanks for joining us. How's prep and looking forward to it?
Yeah, I am really looking forward to Q-School this year. A little bit disappointed that I'm having to go, but yeah, I'm feeling really comfortable, really confident. Yeah, I'm excited to get going.
When did preparation start for you?
Well, preparation's never ending for me. I've been playing darts all year from like my home, basically. I've played MODUS League, I've played online darts. Yeah, it's been non-stop. So yeah, preparation's sort of an ongoing thing.
I'm guessing that online experience will be invaluable because some people are going to go there and they're going to be slightly undercooked, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, when you're playing against legends of the game every week, it's sort of, yeah, it makes you feel good, even when you don't win games. Like getting to play against them, learning valuable experience. It's massive.
I'm going to take you back to that MODUS League because it was quite groundbreaking at the time, and you put in some really good performances there, and you won one of the leagues, and you did some damage in there, didn't you?
Yeah, I was really happy with how I got on. If I'm honest with you, like I'm playing against really good dart players, people who have won several major tournaments, people who have won world titles. It's like, even to play against them is like, yeah, it's an experience you can't gain anywhere else. So yeah, obviously I played really well during it, so it's perfect. Like confidence is really high.
What was the highlight? Who was the one that you enjoyed playing the most out of them all?
Oh, I don't know actually. I mean, I can't lie. Most of my yeah, it was quite an even spread. Like there weren't anyone who stood out as I loved playing more than others. I mean, I'm good friends with Scott Mitchell, so for playing him was great. Paul Nicholson, the same until he started doing the commentary. But yeah, it was every game was a new experience. Like they're all such good players. Every game felt like life or death.
And I'm guessing for a youngster, Martin Adams is someone that you can learn of. 64 years old, still throwing ton-plus averages, 9 darters, and still loving the game.
Yeah, I mean, it was never fun playing Martin. He just didn't seem to average below 95. It was like, just give me a chance. Like, he was awesome, and he's a great person too. So yeah, every word that comes out of his mouth is something that I can take on board and experience I can gain.
After the first lockdown, obviously you broke your arm in a was it BMX you come off of?
Yeah, I fell off a bike. It weren't my smartest moment.
Obviously a time away from the board. Were you worried that coming back it was going to be a little bit sore and you were going to be like the time away you were going to be a little bit ring rusty and everything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I never like to look for excuses, but obviously it was something that was meant to take 6 to 8 weeks to heal. I was very lucky in the sense it only took 3 to 4. Yeah, after 3 weeks, I was able to throw darts. 4 weeks, I didn't feel it. It was like perfect. But yeah, I mean, it's never ideal, especially with the build up to the Challenge Tour and the World Youth Championships. It was, yeah, not exactly perfect timing, but it's one of those. It's done now. Can't change it.
The World Youth, a good run, but not quite there, losing to Nathan Rafferty. Was there a disappointment there? Because I think this year, the first time, it was what I call a proper World Youth Championship. There was no one dropping down from inside the top 64 and almost ruining it. And I don't mean that disrespectfully, but this is about you guys that play on the Dev Tour week in, week out, in my opinion. And did you sense there was a chance there for you?
Yeah, I mean, I always believe I have a chance. As long as I have 3 darts in my hand, I can always win a game. Like, that's my attitude. I'll never give up. And I mean, in the group stages, I didn't have it easy. I beat Harry Ward, who was the number 3 seed, I think. And obviously, I weren't seeded myself. So I came in as a little bit of an underdog. So for me, it was like, there's no real pressure on me. Nobody's expecting big things, but I am in myself. Like, I know how good I am. So I want to sort of prove it.
Yeah, no, 100%. Obviously, I know you're good mates with Brad as well. I bet you were pleased for him though, weren't you?
Yeah, I was very happy for him. He certainly deserves it. He's played really well. He did everything he had to do. He was awesome. Fair play.
No, bit of one in. I'll take you back to Q-School last year. You had a huge opportunity. One game from winning that tour card when you lost to Aaron Beanie. It wasn't the best of games when you look at the stats. Do you look back and say, if only I turned up?
But yeah, I mean, it's one of those where if I looked back at it and had a sour thought about it, it could like take people back for miles. Like it did hurt. I can't lie. It was a massive sort of setback for me, but it's made me stronger. I think like it's an experience, and if I hadn't have done that, my life may have changed differently. So yeah, I mean, it's never ideal to lose, especially when you're that close. But it's done now. It's made me a better person, I think.
And what can you take from the whole Q-School experience? If there was one thing that you've learnt heading into this year, what would it be?
I will say every day counts, because obviously that was the third day of play, and I think in the other 2 days I barely won a leg. Like it was not great. I think I won one game before that day, and then it sort of clicked for me. But you need to make sure that every day counts. Make sure you're building up points so that you have a chance, even if you don't win it outright. You have to sort of compete every day. The mentality has to be the same.
And then looking forward to this Q-School, obviously changed slightly due to COVID regs and everything like that. Broken down into two stages. Do you just approach it one session and one day at a time?
Like every game, one game at a time. You have to win the game to get to the next game. It don't matter who's in your group, who you're playing. It's 5 legs. No, it's 6 legs. Sorry, and it's 6 legs that you have to win. If you don't win, you lose. It's simple as that. You just got to work hard on the game and try and make sure you win the game.
And again, for you, is there a little bit of apprehension like being stuck in a bubble for potentially 10, 11 days?
Yes and no. I mean, I'm quite well prepared for it. I've been shopping. I've done all my stuff. Made sure I'm all good to go. But obviously, you're gonna miss home. You're gonna miss your family, especially when you've spent so long with them and they're like sort of there every day. All of a sudden, you're in your own hotel room every day. It's like it's not quite the same. But you know, I mean, I'm as well prepared as I can be for it. So just got to go there and hopefully get it right.
PlayStation and Xbox going in the suitcase?
Netflix, definitely taking my laptop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just looking ahead, what was lockdown like for you, obviously, because a lot's made of the mental stress and everyone, but from a youngster's point of view, how have you found it?
So obviously it is tough. I mean, you're so used to going out, seeing your friends, doing stuff, and you can't. But it's one of those where you have to make do with what you got. Like, I've still got my family around me. I've still got my little brother, still got my older brothers. And it's like, you just have to make do with what you can. Make the best of the situation rather than make it sound doom and gloom. It's make it positive. Always put a positive spin.
And again, just chatting on the Target Elite group that you're part of, the Elite one. What's that WhatsApp chat like? Is that quite competitive between you all, no matter if it's PDC darts, online darts, or just darts in general? Is that quite competitive between you all?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, we're all young, budding dart players who want to be the best of the best. We want to be the next world champion. Actually, Bradley Brooks is the current world youth champion, so I guess he's got the title at the moment. But there's so many great dart players, and naturally, you want to be the best, the one that they see as the standout. Like it's great to even be a part of, but to be a big name in it is sort of wow. Like it has its own sort of ring. Like there's a lot of competition.
Yeah, and I'm guessing obviously Brad and Keane are the two that stand out. They're the ones that are you aiming for?
Yeah. Well, yes and no. Obviously, they're their own people and they're playing their own darts. But I do want to obviously create my own achievements, do my own thing, and sort of be remembered for my own achievements rather than being part of theirs, if that makes sense. But they're obviously two incredible dart players, and I love both of them to bits. They're great people, so
And are you a tinkerer of darts in all this time, or are you tried and tested? You stick with the same setup, or have you been chopping and changing bits?
Interestingly, this year I've changed a few bits. Beforehand, it was probably the same setup for about 10 years, I'd say.
Yeah.
But I've tried it. Target have helped me out. They've sent me a few sets of darts for me to try, and I found a set that I think work best for me, and hopefully I'll prove that at Q-School. But yeah, I've tried a few bits for the first time in God knows how long.
So different darts at Q-School to what you played in the Live League?
Yes, yeah.
Interesting, looking forward to seeing that. And I'm guessing, just looking ahead, 2021, perfect scenario for yourself, win your tour card and then out into the big wide world of the professional tour would be great. If not, just back to playing some competitive darts, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Q-School's the first time we've played competitive darts in a long time in person. So it's obviously going to be a test of your mentality, making sure that you're still sharp like you were before. Because when you're used to playing week in, week out on the tour, it's sort of, to have a couple of months off, it does shock your body. It shocks your mindset. You have to be fresh again. You have to make sure you're sharp.
Yeah, it's good to hear, mate. Well, all the very, very best at Q-School coming up, mate. Thanks very much for taking the time to speak to us at Online Darts, mate.
Anytime. Thank you very much.